All right, whenever you're ready. So I want to show you marking out on the side rail or the end rail for the mortise and tenon join. And the mortise is the hole, so on the rail goes the tenon. All right, marking out for the tenon is as follows. We want to start with these 4 tools. Pencil, definitely not a pen, and a sharp pencil. Okay, a blunt pencil can be 3mm wide, and you need to be more accurate than that. A tri-square, a steel ruler, and a marking gauge. And of course, your side rails. Make sure you have cut the ends square. So the stock on the timber, slide it down. If you hold it up to the window and you see light, it's not a square. Okay, so you need to square it off. For the purposes of the demonstration, this one's square. So then we want to come down, and I wrote this on last week. I'm fairly sure though, we want to come down 15mm. So I'm feeling for flush with the ruler at the end, and I'm putting a little mark at 15. Then I'm going to hold the tri-square up to that mark. If it wobbles when I do this, it's not going to be accurate enough, so you need to be pretty firm with it when you're holding it. And then I mark off 15, turn the corner. You can put a little mark so you can see where you're aiming, because I just find that easier, but whatever you do to get it accurate is fine, as long as it is accurate. And all the way around. And when you get to the finish, if it's not lining up, you need to do it again. Do you think we should ram the pencil in and press really hard?
No.
No, we shouldn't. Okay, it doesn't need to be a hard dent, we just need to be able to see it. Okay, and they lining up on the corner there. All right, the next thing that you need to mark is the amount that we're going to come in, and that is 3mm. If I put the tri-square on here and I try and get an accurate 3mm line, I haven't got enough timber on the stock to hold it properly. Also, I've got to do both ends of 4 pieces, that's 8. And I've got to do this side and that side. Okay, both ends of 4 pieces, yeah, it is 8. Double that, so I've got to do it 16 times with barely any tri-square stock. So I'm not going to use the tri-square, I'm going to use marking gauge. How to set the marking gauge? Undo the thumb screw, sit the ruler on. I demo this all the time and then people don't know, so have a look. Sit the ruler on and then push the stock, that's this bit, up until the gap between the wooden stock and the pin is 3mm, because 3mm is where we want to mark. And then lock it. After you've locked it, check it, because when you lock it, sometimes it sets slightly different to where you thought you had it, so check it. And that's gone a bit smaller, that's 2.5mm. I don't want 2.5, I want 3, so get it right. Okay, we don't want 2.5. All right, and there, with the pin, is sitting at 3.5 now. So we're working in 0.5mm, just be a bit patient and get it accurate. And there is sitting on the 3. So when I've done that, now I need to stop worrying about the pin for a while. I want to make a mark with that pin, but the way to make an accurate mark is to worry about the stock. So the wood touching the wood, all right? And you slide them along and get used to sliding them along without wobbling them up, down, left, right, or crooked. Because if you wobble them, that pin is going to make a wobbly line. We want a straight line. So I get used to sliding it properly, how that's going to feel. And then I point the pin slightly towards my tummy. It's touching the wood. And I just do sliding the wood together. Don't worry about what the pin's doing. If it isn't making a big enough dent, you can go over it more than once. 5 times, 7 times, doesn't matter. Troubleshooting. I see people put the pin straight down on it. It's really hard to make a mark and it's more likely to wobble. Okay, so lie the pin towards you and move the tool away from you. It's going to make the mark. And we need to do that mark up the side wall. Do you think we need the whole side wall?
No.
No, just up to the line-ish. Okay, and then down the other side. All right, now I'm not going to show you, all 4 on each one, that's not needed, but I'll show you one, and that's the way you're going to do all of them. And I'm just colouring it in because the pencil's going to sit in that dent and make it easier to see. Okay, So you want that on both sides. I'll do both sides briefly. So you end up with one example one at the end, all right, that you can rely on. And there's only one more thing that you need to mark out for this. It matters you remember the names of these tools and how to use them and when to use them as part of your assessment for level 1. All right. The next thing that you've got to mark out is 10 millimeters in on this side here. Okay, so 10 there. All right, and again, you could use tri-square to come up over the top and down. And it's really important to have that line, and it's really important to have it on both sides. So when you've finished, you're going to have these little shoulders that I'm marking out now. Probably best to always aim flush. Have these little shoulders marked on both sides and over the top accurately and down the side. When you've done that, both ends of your timber should look like that. Now, thanks, miss.